Historical background. The road to partition. The Punjab region, with its fertile lands and strategic location, had been a unified entity for centuries under various empires. By the late 19th century, it was the heartland of British India's military recruitment and agricultural economy. Its population was a complex mosaic. Muslims, majority in the west, Sikhs, concentrated in the central Doaba region and having deep historical and religious ties to the land, and Hindus, majority in the east and in urban commercial centers. The demand for a separate Muslim state of Pakistan, led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the Muslim League, gained momentum in the 1940s. The idea of partitioning India along religious lines placed Punjab directly in the crosshairs, as its religious demographics made a clean division impossible. The decision and the Radcliffe Line. In June 1947, the British government declared it would transfer power and divide British India into two new dominions, India and Pakistan. The task of drawing the border in Punjab and Bengal was given to a British barrister, Sir Cyril Radcliffe, who had never been to India before. Working with outdated maps and census data, and under immense pressure to finish within 5 weeks, Radcliffe drew a line that cut directly through the heart of Punjab. Key features of the division. West Punjab became part of Pakistan. East Punjab became part of India. The division ignored geographical continuity, economic networks, and cultural ties. Canals and rivers were cut from their headworks, farms from their markets, and villages from their ancestral lands. Critically, it placed the Sikh community's holy sites, including Gurdwara Janam Asthan in Nankana Sahib and Gurdwara Panja Sahib, and vast swaths of their fertile agricultural land in West Punjab, while their population was largely assigned to East Punjab. This was a source of profound anguish. The cataclysm, casualties and tragedies. The announcement of the Radcliffe Line on August 17, 1947, 2 days after independence, came amidst already exploding violence. What followed was one of the largest, most violent mass migrations in human history, marked by a cycle of horrific retaliatory violence. 1. Human casualties, loss of life. Estimates of the death toll vary widely, but most scholarly consensus puts the figure between 200,000 and 500,000 people in Punjab alone. Some estimates go up to 1 million. The violence was not a war, but a communal frenzy. Massacres, arson, targeted attacks on refugee trains and caravans, often called ghost trains, arriving full of corpses, and brutal violence against women and children. 2. Displacement and demographic catastrophe. Approximately 10 to 12 million people were displaced across the new border, one of the largest forced migrations in history. Muslims in East Punjab fled west. Sikhs and Hindus in West Punjab fled east. This exchange was intended to be a transfer of population, but in reality, it was a chaotic, violent exodus where people abandoned everything they owned. 3. Tragedies that affected all Punjabis. Regardless of religion, the Punjab partition was not just a political division. It was a cultural and psychological rupture that devastated all communities. The loss of a shared cultural homeland. Punjabiyat. For centuries, Punjabis shared a common language, folklore, music, Qawwali, Gurbani, folk songs, cuisine, and agrarian way of life. Partition sought to redefine identity solely by religion, violently severing this shared cultural fabric. The Punjabi language itself was fractured, later giving rise to a preference for Urdu in West Punjab and Hindi in East Punjab, marginalizing the shared mother tongue. the shattering of the land of the five rivers. The very meaning of Punjab was destroyed. The new border cut across three of the five rivers, Sutlej, Ravi, and Beas. The integrated canal colony system, built over decades, was broken. This caused immense economic hardship and environmental dislocation for farmers on both sides. Systemic and sexualized violence against women. Women became symbolic vessels of community honor. Tens of thousands were abducted, raped, forcibly married, or mutilated by men of the other community. Later, a grim and often traumatic recovery operation by both states, the Indian and Pakistani governments, aimed to reclaim these women, further complicating their trauma. Families also committed honor killings of their own women to save them from perceived defilement. Destruction of sacred and ancestral ties. Sikhs lost direct access to holy sites left in Pakistan. Muslims lost shrines like that of Data Ganj Bakhsh in Lahore, now inaccessible to Indian Muslims, and countless mosques and Sufi shrines in East Punjab. Hindus lost ancient temples. For all communities, the physical connection to the land of their ancestors, Pind/village, was permanently severed, creating a lasting legacy of nostalgia and loss. Economic and social upheaval. Refugees, called muhajirs, in Pakistan and Sharnathis in India, arrived destitute. They had to rebuild lives from scratch, often facing local resentment. The loss of property, professions, and social status was universal. The landed gentry, zamindars, both Muslim and Sikh Hindu, lost everything overnight. A legacy of trauma and distrust. The violence created deep-seated psychological wounds, stories of betrayal by neighbors, of narrow escapes, and of unimaginable cruelty. This trauma was transmitted silently through generations, hardening religious identities and embedding a collective memory of victimhood and loss that still affects India-Pakistan relations and communal dynamics within both countries today. Conclusion: the partition of Punjab was not merely a redrawing of a map. It was a civilizational catastrophe that reshaped every aspect of life for its people. The casualties were not only in the hundreds of thousands dead, but also in the millions whose world was irrevocably torn apart. Their culture, their economy, their geography, and their very sense of self were fractured. The tragedy lies in the fact that the violence pitted communities that had lived together for generations against each other, leaving a wound on the soul of Punjab that, 75 years later, has yet to fully heal. The enduring pain is a testament to what was lost, a unified, syncretic Punjabi identity that transcended religion.